Yeah, we're all pretty picky eaters, just nuggets and fries.
Presley.
I thought this was pretty cool on the wall. If you're interested in reading it, just pause the video. And yes, that is Dave Thomas. So the way the museum works, it's actually part of the restaurant. It's inside the restaurant. It's a room that's secluded that you can actually eat your food in, and it has different memorabilia of Wendy's throughout the years. As you can see here, this is a Wendy's uniform with some pins. Now I thought this was pretty cool. This is the actual groundbreaking shovel that they used for Wendy's when they went to build it. So as I'm showing you guys this museum, there's not going to be a whole lot of camera cuts because I want you guys to see literally everything that I saw. So I'm going to show you all the angles and all that good stuff. Now I thought this was pretty cool. That is the original pan that they used in the original restaurant. Go ahead and pause the video and read some of these if you need to. But yes, that is an actual masonry trowel. They needed something very sturdy to be able to handle the quarter pounder. So they actually took a trowel and cut the pointed end off so that they'd be able to, flip the patties. Here's a bunch of Wendy's uniform pins that I thought was pretty cool. Okay, and moving away from that, we have the famous and very well known Where's the Beef commercial memorabilia. And here we have some family photos of Dave Thomas. We have some memorabilia down here for 50 years of Wendy's. Pretty awesome. Here we have Dave Thomas's book, and we have a signed picture signed by Dave Thomas. So that's pretty awesome to see a signature. Closer pictures of Dave Thomas with some celebrity friends. You have Muhammad Ali there, a few others. This part is dedicated to Dave Thomas's Adoption Foundation. And moving forward, we have the Olympic torch relay of 1996 that Dave Thomas presented. And there's the actual torch. And yes, look very closely. That is a crystal $105,000 hamburger. Go ahead and pause that and read if you'd like. Pretty interesting. Moving forward to the other side of the door, on the other side of the wall, we have a timeline of the history of Wendy's. And as you come around this way, we are back to where we started with the shovel. So I just want to do a quick recap of showing you guys a quick run through again of the whole room itself. Not getting into detail since we already did that, but yeah, it's pretty awesome. Come check it out. You can not only eat Wendy's, but you can also check out this museum. So this statue is directly right outside the restaurant. And the details in the statue is so amazing. Like, look at the details of that frosty. And then check out the details of the glasses. Like, this statue is one of the most detailed statues that I've ever seen. Really incredible. Here's a closer look at the details. Like, look at the bag. The watch even is so detailed. Even the wrinkles in the shirt. Okay, so technically, the restaurant we just saw and was just in, that was not the first Wendy's, actually. The first Wendy's that was built is actually the one in this picture. The first Wendy's opened its doors November 15, 1969. It was located downtown Columbus, Ohio at the corner of 5th and Broad Street. The original Wendy's actually closed their doors March 2nd, 2007, and that was due to fewer customers and the high cost to renovate. They ended up packing up all their artifacts and displays and moved them to the company's headquarters in Dublin, Ohio, which among a lot of the artifacts and displays we just saw. The original Wendy's building was completely renovated to change the whole look of like it being a restaurant. It's now home to the Catholic Foundation. All you'll find now is an Ohio land marker right outside of where the original Wendy's was. The Ohio landmarker placard is specifically for the very first Wendy's, so feel free to pause the video if you'd like to read the placard. So we are here. You can hear the church bells ringing, which is perfect timing and just really cool. Really beautiful stained glass windows. So Dave Thomas's final resting place alongside his wife, Lorraine, is actually located, let me zoom in, right there at the very end, the last one. And laid to rest alongside their final resting place is their son, Kenneth D. Thomas, which he passed away in 2013. And here we are. Now you may be wondering, why does it say R. David? Well, that's because Dave Thomas's actual name is Rex David Thomas, and laid to rest beside him is his wife Lorraine. So you're probably wondering where and how all this started. Well, Dave Thomas was born Rex David Thomas on July 2nd, 1932 in Atlantic City, New Jersey. He never knew his birth mother and was adopted by a couple from Kalamazoo, Michigan when he was only 6 months old. He had a pretty rough life as his adoptive mother died when he was only 5, and by the age of 10, he had lost 2 stepmothers as well. He spent many summers in Maine with his adoptive grandmother, Minnie Thomas, who was his closest relative and big influence in his life. All his life, he was pretty much a hard worker. For example, when he was a preteen, his family, which his father Rex did remarry again, they moved to Fort Wayne, Indiana, where he worked at such jobs as a paperboy, golf caddy, and at a soda fountain counter in a drugstore. Now you may be wondering, when or how did he get into the restaurant business? Well, that comes to be when he got his first job at a restaurant when he was only 15 years old, and when his family decided to leave Fort Wayne to move again, he refused to leave, dropping out of school in the 10th grade and going to work full-time. But don't worry, 45 years later after leaving school, Dave went back and received his GED from Coconut Creek High School in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Later on in life, Thomas served in the U.S. Army during the Korean War as the manager of an enlisted men's club. Upon returning to Fort Wayne, Thomas found his former boss at the Hobby House restaurant, Phil Claus, has owned some of the first franchises of the budding Kentucky Fried Chicken chain. Yeah, you heard that right, the KFC that we all know and love today. Claus offered Thomas the opportunity to move to Columbus, Ohio to turn around the restaurants, which were failing. Colonel Sanders' signature chicken had been a big hit for the Hobby House, and Thomas thought he could sell it in Ohio. By 1968, a few short years later, a 35-year-old Thomas sold the franchises back to the headquarters for $1.5 million. So yeah, I bet you didn't know that, but yeah, Dave Thomas and Colonel Sanders actually had some history together. Dave actually considered Colonel Sanders to be a mentor in his life. Remember when I said that they sold the restaurants back to KFC for $1.5 million in 1968? Yeah, well, a year after that, Dave ended up opening his first Wendy's in Columbus, Ohio. November 15th, 1969 to be exact. Now you may be wondering, where did the name Wendy's come from? Well, that name was derived or inspired by his daughter, Melinda Lou, with her nickname being Wendy. Less than a decade later, after opening in 1969, the Wendy's restaurant grew into a franchise of 1,000 stores. And at the making of this video, according to the Wendy's website, there are more than 6,500 Wendy's restaurants currently in operation in the United States and 29 countries and the U.S. territories worldwide. And yes, that number will continue to grow. So in order to find Dave Thomas's final resting place, you're going to want to come to Chapel B. Now I did see a Chapel A, but you're going to want to come to Chapel B. This is a pretty good look of the outside of the building. I'll actually make it easier for you because I didn't know this when I got here. I kind of just found out myself. So when you come up to the Chapel B sign, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go turn right, and you see that awning right there? If you go right through that door, Dave Thomas's final resting place is literally the first one on the left, right when you walk in. When I first went in, I did not go that way because I did not know about it. But to help you guys out, you just go through that awning, and it's literally right there on the left. Here, I'll go show you guys. So now we're on the side of the building, the one that I was talking about, and they have the regular overhangs, and then they have this dome-shaped overhang awning. That's the one you want to go through. Right when you walk in, you'll see the beautiful stained glass. You look to the left, and as I said, it's literally the first one on the left. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps up the video. I just wanted to show you guys Dave Thomas's grave. Also, I recently started a Patreon page. A few of you have been asking how you can support the channel. Well, I started a Patreon page. Basically, if you don't know what Patreon page is, all it is a page where you're able to donate monthly and then you get rewards for it. I know it sounds a little confusing, just click the link below, go to my Patreon, and there's different tier levels. Like $1 gets you access to the Patreon page. $5 will get you a signed postcard that I'll send you every month. Literally, you pay $5 every month, I'll send you a postcard every month. There's a bunch more perks with it. $30, I'll send you a deck of playing cards from my personal collection, or I'll pick it up at a travel destination. So be sure to check out my Patreon page. It just launched recently, and I'm adding new stuff, every once in a while. So definitely go check that out as well. Like I said, I've been getting into doing celebrity graves and just really cool historic graves. So if you guys are really enjoying that kind of content, let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, because there's a lot of you that watch my videos, which I'm very thankful for, but a lot of you are not subscribed. So make sure you do subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy these, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.